Hi everyone, this is Joseph Network TV, bringing to you more accurate news from all around the world. Please kindly subscribe to our channel if you're yet to do so, and if you have done so, we say a big thank you to you. Now to the news. New Jersey-based activist Omoyele Sowore released from detention in Nigeria. Detained Nigerian activist, journalist and publisher Omoyele Sowore has been released 4 months after he was arrested on August 3rd for calling for a social revolution. Sowore was released by the State Security Service (SSS) on Thursday night, less than 24 hours after a judge issued an ultimatum to release him and pay a fine of $276. He first met his bail on November 6, but he was not released. Femi Falana, lawyer to Sowore, who confirmed his release, told local newspaper that the SSS also paid 100,000 naira fine to Mr. Sowore as ordered by the judge. Late November, Amnesty International delegated human rights defender Omoyele Sowore, Olawale Bakare, and Jalingo as prisoners of conscience. We consider Sowore, Jalingo, and Bakare to be prisoners of conscience, detained solely for exercising their human rights. The Nigerian authority must drop all charges against them and release them immediately and unconditionally, said Sheun Bakare, Program Manager, Amnesty International, Nigeria. Sowore, Jalingo, and Bakare's continued detention is a matter of shame for Nigeria. Their case shows just how far the authority in Nigeria can go to silence their critics. The government of President Muhammadu Buhari needs to stop filing bogus and politically motivated charges against critics and start listening to what they have to say. Mid-November, the New York-based Committee to Protect Journalists also called for his release. I mean, this is a good news. This is a very good news. After 4 months in detention, they are finally released. I mean, with pressure from left and right, even his New Jersey neighbors had to come out to protest, to force their senators to write a letter to Buhari to make sure that he was released. Thanks to everybody that made this possible for Sowore and the rest to be released, because without the pressure, this guy would still be there. Remember, his mom had to come out, to plead, to beg just a few days ago for his release. And we thank God because Abiola had to die in prison. But we thank God this guy is being released. Right now. He didn't have to die in prison with his friends or with his colleagues. So we thank God that because of pressure left and right, he was released. So it is a good thing and a good news to us that he is finally released from detention right now. But the question still remains: what next? What next for Omoyele Sowore? And what next for this revolution movement that he installed? What next? So we need to know, are we still going to have the revolution? Or for now, everything has to be silenced? We need to know. And for now, we're just happy that he is released from detention. It's a good thing. We thank God for his release. So presently, what next? Are they gonna because right now what we want is that all charges should be dropped against these people. All charges should be dropped. We are urging the Nigerian authority right now to immediately drop all charges against Sowore and Bakare. They need to drop all the charges, not just releasing him alone. We need to know that all the charges is being dropped right now. Because without the charges being dropped, I mean, it still pose a danger to his life and to his well-being and to his human rights too. So we need to really make sure the authorities drop all charges against them. That is what is next right now. Yes, this is the part one. The part one is he has been released. And the part two now is we need to make sure they drop all the charges against him. Because presently, I know he can't leave the country. So it's just like he can't really leave the country. His passport is, they took his passport away from him right now. So we need to push more so that all the charges against these people will be dropped. Because in the first place, they are only trying to say their mind that this government is doing some wrongs, and we need to put them in check by protesting. So for me, the next thing right now that we need to do is to push the government and make the government drop all the charges against him. What is your own take concerning this particular news? Kindly leave your own comment in the comment box and let us know what you feel about this particular news, about his release. And what do you think should be the next thing for this particular people? Because the charges are not yet dropped. The charges are still there in the court, although the court ordered that he should be paid some amount, which SSS has paid already. They gave him some amount already. But we want to know if those charges are being dropped already. So we need to know. So please, kindly leave your comment. Don't forget. And please subscribe to our channel. Share our links to other people. Let them know we have accurate news for them all around the world, not just Nigeria. And don't forget to press that red button too, so that you'll be the first to hear from us anytime we have good news and wonderful news for you all around the world. Bye.